ready for another lesson?
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Back Row Banter, your favorite casual movie talk podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Schwartz, and on this week's episode, we'll be talking about the movie Field of Dreams. But of course, before we get to any of that, I am joined today by Fingerless Glove Nate, Nathaniel Gingrich.
You know how I like to bat with fingerless baseball gloves.
Fingerless batting gloves,
That's
yeah,
right.
man. He started a trend back in the day.
That makes sense.
Had a Franklin sponsorship with custom fingerless batting gloves. Sweet look.
Back in the day when I did hit, because I did not hit later in my career as a pitcher only. But I never wore batting gloves. I did not want to. Yes, which is much more of a thing I think in Arizona, where it is not nearly as cold and you do not get jammed as much.
Yeah, the batting gloves didn't save you from getting jammed, and stingers is what we call them. You know, when you just cold day metal bat and
off
you just
the
catch
end of
it
it
on the
and
wrong
you
end.
just feel like your hands break.
I mean, yeah, I mean your whole arms, all of your arms go numb.
Yeah,
I mean, it
sucks.
It's the worst. It's awful. So
there's a thing that most people probably don't know about baseball, where they're like, getting sawed off or getting one off the end of the barrel sucks ass.
Yeah, you ever get hit by a pitch in a really bad spot that were like you had to
caught one in the ribs was definitely the worst.
If anybody wants to know what a similar feeling is, just go outside with a bat and hit like a relatively decently sized tree.
Yeah, just
like
find
a
cinder block.
like a bicep diameter tree.
Yeah.
It'll give you kind of same effect.
Just right on the end of the bat.
Yep.
Yep.
Caught one in the ribs once. That was definitely the worst one.
Yeah, that'll happen.
It's either that or like something small. Like you either want it there, you don't want it there, but you don't want it like on the wrist or on the like side of your hand or something either.
No, like you're supposed to turn and it's supposed to just hit you in the back, anywhere in the back.
Ideally, you want it on the ass.
That's the best spot. On the ass, or honestly, when I didn't mind getting hit in the head because you
hit the helmet.
Big ass helmets.
Yeah.
So I've gotten hit in the head 2 or 3 times when I played baseball. Never felt a thing. Everyone's like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, sweet, free base." Like,
yeah.
I mean, I didn't feel anything. Now in the majors, obviously they're throwing a lot harder, and I don't know why their helmets are so skimpy. I've never understood that. Like, I don't know if it's an advanced technology where like they actually offer the same amount of protection as the other helmets.
Yeah.
But they are very
or just
small
like
for
you're a professional. Don't miss the strike zone, you dumbass.
Well, there's that too, for sure. Yeah, there's that. But I don't know. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable stepping in the box. Someone's throwing 100 miles an hour, and I don't have the helmet that I wore in like youth ball because I can't.
Quite a bit of this movie where people are batting without helmets that feels very realistically filmed as well too.
Yeah,
you're like, those seem to be very much just throwing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Also joining us today, it's Cornfields Eye, Tyler Verdalis.
Hey, what's going on? Cornfields.
Yeah, you know a lot about
them. Not like a ton. I do have a line of farmers in my family though. On my mom's side, they actually own a farm and like property and do real farm stuff. So, but I just don't know much about it.
Not either.
I worked in the
one
corn.
time when we were kids. This was before my sister was even born. Either that or she might have been like a newborn. I think she might have been like relatively close to a newborn, like a 1-year-old or something like that. And my family used to camp, and we watched Children of the Corn with like a bunch of other kids that like were there with like other families that we camped with.
Oh, sure.
And since my sister was just born, Justin and I were forced out into a tent. And right after that movie, our campsite was right next to a cornfield. And I was in a tent, and I did not have a good night.
There is like corn is creepy, and I don't think it like quite comes across in that movie. But like if you're out there where it is above your head at a certain point, like the breeze comes through and it all shakes together, and there's weird noises.
I mean, dude, if you've seen anything like, I mean, if you know Jurassic Park and you know tall grass, like just don't go.
Don't go in the long grass.
I know it's not tall grass, but like same effect. And then if you've seen other things like Jeepers Creepers, I don't want to fuck around with fucking corn, dude. No way. There's another one. Signs, dude. Signs is fucking nuts in the beginning with fucking corn. No, thank you.
To that point, I was once out on we were detasseling a row of corn, and like it was out behind a house, and you were like, it was probably the like maybe 8-9 o'clock in the morning. Sun was coming up. It was still very foggy out there, and like you saw this house, and like the lights go on in the house, and then maybe a minute or two later, you just heard as this thing just kept running right by. We were like, "What is going on?" And then all of a sudden, it ran up to you. It was just their dog. But like just hearing it like running towards you, like in the middle of the cornfield, and like not being able to see it, you're like, I'm in tremors. Like, what is happening right now?
Oh God.
Yeah, cornfields are weird.
But with grass.
It really is. They're naturally spooky places.
Yeah, true.
Also joining us today, it's Big Boomstick BlakeHolder.
What up? What up?
I think Blake.
Boomstick.
What is Nathaniel? Give me Blake's hitting comp in MLB. What do you think, Blake, if he was like an MLB hitter? Who like what style of hitting would he have?
But before you answer, Nathaniel, I want to paint the picture. I'm like a decently athletic guy, but like stick ball sports, I am horrible at. Like slow pitch softball, I've always been very bad at. Wiffle ball, very bad at. So
okay, what about?
I want to give the context.
What about basketball? What type of player are you in basketball?
Okay, maybe that's a better question.
Yeah, not. I mean, I'm not the greatest shooter, right? So like the IQ is there because I've watched the game enough.
Okay,
and like I played basketball till 9th grade, so like I have the fundamentals and the IQ down. But like I'm not the. I'm not gonna say I'm not the guy. If you like leave open, it's he's making it. You know what I mean? It's like,
sure.
It's like, you know what I mean? He might be with us. He might jag it. Who knows? But
and
play defense.
And in football, you were a wide receiver, correct?
Correct.
Did you play on defense as well too?
At younger days, but not above high school.
But primarily, all right. And so as a wide receiver, were you like were you on the outside? You were running long routes, or were you like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I think we're going with like a streaky 6 or 7 hole hitter here, Adam.
Okay.
The guy I think of from back in my day was James Loney on the Dodgers.
James Loney.
He was He was like a first baseman, left fielder kind of thing, but had a really smooth swing and would get hot for like 2 or 3 weeks at a time. And just be absolutely a nightmare, but then would cool off as well too, and pop out maybe once or twice as well too. Again, I'm thinking like intelligent player, so like if there's a runner on third, he's at least getting it to the outfield in the air, so we can get him home on a sack fly situation here. But maybe maybe it's not always showing up on the stat sheets as well. Yeah, exactly. A glue guy.
I guess part of this is almost I kind of want to know what position he's playing, because that can sometimes outline your profile too. Like, is he a corner in? Like, would Blake play corner infield?
I mean, but long distance. I feel like corner outfielder.
He's got to be an outfielder. Yeah, I guess he's got to be a corner outfielder.
Left or right field, whichever one he thinks you get the better jump on. Which are you right-footed or left-footed? Which way do you drop back?
Right.
So you're more you'd be a right fielder.
Yeah.
Which
that lines up with the football receiver.
How's your arm?
Like tracking balls and stuff. Okay.
Definitely right fielder.
Yeah. Okay. Because left field is like when you gotta have a fucking rifle for left field, right?
You're coming home a lot because you're on the third base side, so you're definitely wanting to have your. You don't have to be the most mobile guy, but you definitely want someone with a cannon.
You gotta have a rifle
on that side. Yeah, ideally.
Interesting. Yeah.
This is the crazy part about baseball.
No, I'm kidding. We do not.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, went deep on that one. I feel like
Tyler, you said you'd swing your driver too fast, too hard. So you are definitely like you're just going for power every time. So
third baseman,
definitely like
Juan Uribe.
Corner infielder. Who'd you say?
Said Juan Uribe. Swang stupid hard.
Okay.
Little Schwarber action.
Schwarber would be another good comp.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you also give me like you would have the vibes of like Jose Ramirez on the Guardians. Like
sure.
You like once you get on like he can hit for power, but he's also smart with his hits. But then he's also a threat on the bases. Could see that.
Yeah.
Happening.
Like ideally would be fast. So maybe like the who's I don't know, more fast. Well, better comp than James Loney, but I feel very old.
Does Byron Buxton play?
He's outfield, I think, at this point. Either that or he might have been moved to first base.
Field. He plays center field, but I'm
or Jason Hayward back in the day.
Sure, that's a great comp. I like that. I think, I like that.
Very streaky hitter, but when you hit, you're like, Jesus.
Yeah. Well, he was streaky before he got to the Cubs, and then never really got a streak.
Hey, still helped out in that series. He was an integral part of that
contract
series.
Was worth it.
Yeah,
for just what he gave us. All right. Well, if you think the baseball talk's over, it's just getting started.
We will be talking about the magic of baseball.
Yeah. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to our main review segment. We are talking about the movie Field of Dreams. Nathaniel, if listener here is new or maybe they've just forgotten, can you give them a rundown of how our review segment works?
If you listen, we will talk about it.
True.
Awesome.
So yeah, the review segment is broken down into two sections. There's the non-spoiler section, then there's the spoiler section. Pretty self-explanatory. In the non-spoiler section, we'll go over the IMDb page, who wrote it, who directed it, who's in it, all that good stuff. We'll go around the squadron, decide if we recommend this movie or not. It's got to be a yes or no. There is a squadron this week. It's an official episode. No more bit of sizzle. We're all here. The gang's all here.
Yeah, welcome back, Tyler.
And we'll recommend it or not recommend it. It's got to be a yes or no. There is no nuance here on the internet. And then after that, it'll be spoiler time. If you're having a movie from '89 spoiled for you, sorry. And we'll go deeper into our thoughts about the movie itself, any big plot twists, and then we're going to rank it up on our Entropy list, which is our big list of everything we've watched on the podcast ranked. And it's tiered now as well too. Oh man, I saw there was a different like social media movie like aggregator website that I saw recently that was featured by tier lists rather than like a list thing. It was like a Letterboxd maybe competitor or something, but we maybe should look into that or something. I can't remember what the name was now, but anyways,
reviews transfer.
Could be. Who knows?
I did find a Letterboxd alternative called Flick. I think it's what it's called, and it'll just pull your Letterboxd stuff over, and it's just like it's the same kind of stuff, but in a better UI interface.
Might need to look into it.
Because I haven't logged anything.
But anyways, back to what I was saying. We'll have it ranked up on our Letterboxd and the Entropy list, which is everything we've watched for the podcast. It's all ranked. It's all tiered now as well too. And with that being said, Adam, tell me about Field of Dreams. This can't be your first time watching it.
It is not. It is definitely not. But yeah, this is Field of Dreams, 1989, rated PG, runtime of 1 hour 47 minutes, and an IMDb rating of 7.5 out of 10. It is directed by I just had the list up.
Phil.
It is directed by Mr. Phil Alden Robinson, written by W.P. Kinsella and Phil Alden Robinson. Based on the book by
Kinsella,
written by Phil Alden Robinson. The cast includes Kevin Costner, Amy Madigan, recent Oscar winner Amy Madigan. Welcome back. Last featured on the
What Up Aunt Gladys
list in Weapons. Gabby Hoffman, Ray Liotta, and Timothy Busfield, and then of course Mr. James Earl Jones is here as well. And I think I'll leave it there unless I'm missing anyone else.
Burt Lancaster, we can shout out.
Burt Lancaster, I'm sorry. Yep. Missed that one. The IMDb summary reads as follows. Iowa farmer Ray Kinsella is inspired by a voice he can't ignore to pursue a dream he can hardly believe. Supported by his wife, Ray begins the quest by turning his ordinary cornfield into a place where dreams can come true. Love it. Good IMDb summary. But yeah, it's not heaven. It's Iowa. We're here, baby.
It's Iowa.
Is it anyone's first watch? It's not mine, not Nathaniel's. Blake?
It is.
Whoa. Okay.
And it's also
I'm not entirely surprised by that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What'd you say, Nathaniel?
I joked that it was also Tyler's.
Is it?
It'd be shocking if it was.
No way.
No, it's not.
But okay. Blake's, yes. I'm intrigued and fascinated.
Intrigued. Because I was thinking about Blake the whole time watching this movie. I was like, I know Blake's not a big baseball guy. Occasionally, sure. But
College World Series rolls around. He's definitely a baseball guy.
yeah, exactly. There's not a lot of sports baseball movies revolving around the College World Series. That doesn't really happen.
Yet. But, we may have to make that happen.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll have to write it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We can write about Arkansas choking two outs to win the World Series a couple years ago.
Gambling heist movie at the College World Series.
So we're talking Oceans what? Oceans 15?
Oceans 2026.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Oceans 26.
That's awesome.
Let's do it.
I'm there.
Omaha Drift.
All right, Blake, first watch here, man. How we feeling?
Yeah. So first watch, went in like relatively blind as much as you can for a film like this, right? Like I've heard of the movie for sure. I knew the gist of it, if that makes sense. Like it just through cultural osmosis. It's a fucking 1989 movie, right? But never sat down and watched it. So yeah, very, very fascinating. I mean, I think my biggest takeaway is this kind of funny timing. I didn't really know who was involved in this movie.
I was gonna ask if James Earl Jones was a surprise when he showed up on
that
screen.
was like a huge surprise to me. Did not expect that at all. And then, funny enough, I just watched Goodfellas for the first time.
Oh, sure,
last week on the plane. I was flying to Seattle.
So Ray Liotta pop.
Ray Liotta. Yeah. So so it was a very interesting merge a week later.
You got Aunt Gladys and in her younger years, as I know was one of a big performance for you last year as well too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was a fascinating blend once you kind of got into it from that capacity. That being said, yeah, I mean going in quick, I see why the film is so highly touted. Right, for sure. Awesome story. Great cast. And I mean, baseball is obviously America's pastime, right? So you can kind of see some of that jumping in there. And it was all in all, it was a pleasant surprise. Definitely one. I'm glad to have got a chance to see it and put it behind me. Because this is one like you hear people talk about all the time, and I would always just be like, no, I've never seen it. So now it's just another thing I can add to the bucket to check off. Like, hey, I have seen it, and here's some of my comments. So yeah.
That's that's about as good as I was hoping, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Like it's not my favorite movie, right?
No, I wouldn't expect it to be.
Baseball guy. I don't have the nostalgia or like the cultural tie with it. I didn't grow up playing baseball, right? So I don't really have any of that, but just I have the appreciation, right, from a filmmaking perspective. The cast is awesome, and then as well, it's just like putting myself in a time capsule back to 1989, 88, 1990. And like I said, it's got Ray Liotta, Amy Madigan, James Earl Jones. I just watched Goodfellas the other week. So like that was just very funny. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know this guy was in it. So yeah, it was just really cool to kind of see some of that stuff come to fruition.
What did you think of Kevin Costner? And do you have a lot of experience with Kevin Costner?
Let me click his IMDb then right now and see what else I know him from. I honestly don't think I have a ton of experience.
There's a time when he's like,
I know the name.
Yeah, he's like top 3 biggest actors in America at like certain points in his career, right? Like,
yeah, in the 90s and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's in.
This is definitely like part of.
He's in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Okay, sure, because he's playing Superman's dad in the flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously he's in Man of Steel.
His hot streak.
Superman's dad.
His hot streak is really. We gotta go back. We gotta go back here.
Yeah, let's see.
We got Bull Durham, baseball.
Probably should have won Letterboxd.
Waterworld, definitely Waterworld. 1987, you got Untouchables, Chicago classic. Bull Durham, first of his baseball movies. Field of Dreams right afterwards.
Is it JFK?
Dances with Wolves. Yeah. That's his one that he wins, I think, an Oscar for, or like as a director maybe. Then you got Robin Hood.
I don't think I've seen much of these, brother. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, you're good. I feel like he is very much. Yeah.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Like at this time, it was like when you go back to his heyday,
he's
like
the Glenn Powell
stuff. Like the movies I was then watching at that time are like your action movies. Right?
Yeah.
Me growing up, I just want to see this spectacle action. So I'm watching
Die
Steven
Hard.
Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right, those were kind of things that I was taking in through cultural osmosis in real time.
Fair enough. Well, and then
just.
Your dad was such a horror head as well too. Right? This is when you were like doing like some of those classics as well too.
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So yeah, not to answer your question, like not super versed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, not super versed. Yeah, those are my brief thoughts, and then we'll talk about it later. But yeah, please, someone else. This is something you all grew up with, right? So you have the actual nostalgia glasses on watching it. So like, how is it watching it from when you watched it when you were fucking 6 to 15 to 18 to 30?
I would say it's definitely held up, man. I think the feel good, like family moments are still there. The adventure portion of it is still there. For me, this was more like kind of adjacent to Space Jam. It was kind of like
really
okay. Yeah.
It was kind of that era of like where like this movie is gonna get kids either to like baseball, same way that Space Jam is like this movie could get a lot of kids to get into basketball. I feel like there's always kind of those different movies for different sports for obviously kids, and there's obviously some pretty high or pretty heavy religious ties to this movie for a lot of people. Being able to see angels, there's a lot of like faith resemblance things that are happening throughout the plot line. There's also just kind of that background of like follow your dreams. Like it doesn't really matter like what's happening like in the moment. Like it's okay to risk things, to just go for like what you dream about or like what you think you should have, and don't really like let people like tell you no. So I think that message has always been like really cool from this movie that I think a lot of people get, and it's really cool to be able to get that at different, stages of your life. Like as a kid, when you first watch this, you might not realize that that's what this is about, and then as you get into like your late teens and you watch it again, you're like, holy shit, dude, like as long as I think that I can like pursue my dream, I could probably fucking do it. And so it's really cool to like still have that message just kind of stand with this movie the whole time. Obviously it's dated, but it's still just super fun. With like the cool thing about this movie is there's no CGI. You don't have to have it. This movie can be all practical. The only CGI that they really had or special effects at the time is people disappearing into the field.
And even stuff that you think like in your mind you remember as them like showing up or something like that, it's just them off screen and them being on the field, and like the little girl being like, well, there's a man on the baseball field, like kind of thing. Like in your mind, you remember them showing up out there, kind of thing. But in the actual film itself, it's very much just a matter of fact, and it's a movie magic element there.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, overall, I think that this movie's still pretty good. I think these are like the kind of movies that like kids should still grow up on nowadays instead of the like the bullshit that they get nowadays. So yeah, it's one of those things where it definitely has pretty high nostalgia power. Kevin Costner's an absolute boss. I think most people from nowadays probably know him a little bit more from Yellowstone, and I think that's been kind of like his biggest thing that a lot of
Since
America will
Waterworld.
be able to consume him on, especially newer people to Kevin Costner. And then I think Highwaymen is probably like his other biggest like movie as of recent. And even that was pre-COVID.
I think that was straight to Netflix too.
There's a pretty good chance.
But I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I think
this
you're
is
right. I think that was one of like the big movies that was like
yeah,
straight to Netflix first.
that's one I
'Cause
can remember
everyone
my mom
talked
talking
about
about. Yeah, I mean, for
So-
context, this is a movie with a $15 million budget, and the first weekend it grosses $64 million in 1989.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
dope.
So that's
I'm
pretty
surprised. I'm
impressive.
surprised I mean, I don't know. I could be totally wrong here. Did we ever get a 2?
No, we didn't. I was just looking up that earlier.
See, people.
There's a
This is what we're
yeah,
talking
right.
about.
there's a Field
Stop
of Dreams.
fucking giving us sequels when we don't fucking need them.
There's a Field of Dreams 2 commercial with a Taylor Lautner that is on Letterboxd. Apparently, that's called The Lockout,
Interesting.
about an
I
NFL
saw that
guy.
when I
That's
okay.
hilarious.
Saw that when I searched Field of Dreams on Letterboxd the other day. I was like, what the hell is that?
I mean, think of the magic this movie still has, and we only have one. We
Well-
only need one.
They
And,
should
like,
reboot
It's
it.
fucking. It's lightning in a bottle. No, they shouldn't redo it. What's the matter with you? Shut the fuck up! Don't bring that into the universe.
I actually
Remake.
have thoughts about that, which I think we can get into in spoilers. But I think like you're right in that they've never done a movie follow up, but like this did inspire people to actually build a baseball field out in the middle of Iowa that they called like Field of Dreams as well too, if I'm not
I've been there.
mistaken and stuff. Okay, so yeah,
That's my big reveal.
It is a thing.
I went there with Papa Schwartz. I was like 14.
That's my big reveal.
Yeah, that's my big reveal for the episode. I've been, guys. I when he says if you build it, they will come. I'm the they they're
You
talking
came.
about. I went there.
I came.
I came. But yeah, no, I went there. We had a family trip to Galena, Illinois, and
Oh, sure.
like when I was and so it was like a short-ish drive, like 2 hours, something like that, 2 to 3 hours. So my dad was like, "Hey, we're gonna go. You want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I've been in that corn. That was before they built the MLB show stadium there.
Yeah.
Which is now I don't know how big that is. It's 5,000 to 10,000 fans, if I had to guess, maybe around there. But now they do a show match kind of thing in the summers now. Did they do one last year?
I know occasionally they'll do. I don't remember if they did one last year or not.
I thought they did it like 3 years in a row. I don't know if they did it last year. Cubs played. It was White Sox Yankees because that's what's in the movie basically, and then they did Cubs Reds, and then they did I forgot what the third matchup was. Maybe it was Dodgers.
Should be Sox.
Giants?
Somebody. White Sox. Somebody.
No, the White Sox didn't go back. Well, because they did the White Sox the first year. I don't know. I think it was Giants, Dodgers, maybe. Could be wrong.
Oh, for Brooklyn, maybe the Dodgers.
Brooklyn, because they're both New York teams,
yeah.
former New York teams. Because I mean, it's the New York Giants in the movie. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, you're right. That Archie plays for.
And yeah, exactly. So both those franchises moved, but I think I don't know which New York team specifically it is. Probably Yankees. But anyway,
I'll round out my thoughts here, I guess, because I think Tyler, are you done? Taylor?
I think that's yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Not my first watch. I think I saw this movie, I want to say, for the first time, maybe when I was a bit older. I think my first like kind of baseball movie was definitely The Sandlot before this one.
Sandlot's also my more nostalgic baseball movie.
So yeah, and like in my mind, it's tough because like I don't necessarily always consider this one a baseball movie because it almost has much more going on in it, and in some ways I think like watching it now as an adult, I think it's like it's American magical realism. Like there is this, it's not a baseball movie, it's very much a fantasy magical movie overall, or speculative if you want to couch it in even more academic language. But I think what it gets right about baseball, you can tell that the people who wrote it or directed it or like or had a hand in creating it played baseball. And I think if you're a somebody who has played or has been around the game a lot, in movies you can definitely tell when people can either have or haven't played or like or just like given a writing assignment and trying to come up with it. But this one very much has baseball and like that romanticism about baseball at its core. And like baseball as a sport is very much naturally given to stories. There is stories that will play out within a game. There are stories that will play out within a season. And I think this movie is interested within narratives and how they tie into baseball rather than necessarily just about baseball and narratives themselves. I don't have a good way to finish that. I was half thinking it up as I went, but hopefully that'll make sense to some people. But
no, I know where you're going with it though.
Yeah, it's a movie about a lot of things, right? And it's also about fathers and sons and kind of growing older and wanting to do something with your life and feeling like unfulfilled. I think it's very interesting, again, like on the rewatch, that they are two elder hippies. I feel a lot more kinship with the Kinsellas at this point in my life, where it is this kind of like we were sold a certain idea of how things would be, and then all of a sudden we're looking around and everyone's like, yeah, no, this is a good idea to just keep going with this, and you're just kind of like, what the fuck is happening? The school board scene hits real fun in 2026.
We'll talk about that more. That was definitely a like, oh, I forgot this scene is
so
it definitely felt a little real.
I think there's a lot going on here. We'll get into it, and I'll maybe talk more about like if they were gonna do a sequel or something else later, but or a reboot at this point. But I'm definitely a recommend. Yeah, requel. I do think it is an essential American film in some ways, and I think it's very representative of the late 80s, early 90s kind of status and American mindset in a lot of ways.
Sure. Personally, similar to you, Nathaniel, I didn't watch this until I was a little bit older. I think probably around the time that I actually went to go to the Field of Dreams is probably when I watched it for the first time.
Sure.
So 13, 14. So like not when I necessarily grew up with. That was also Sandlot for me, but I have the romanticism about baseball just as you and anyone else who's kind of played, and that, like you said, this movie definitely reflects that. I don't know if how many times this is, only definitely maximum third time I've seen it. This might actually only be the second. I don't know. I haven't watched this movie a lot, so it's maybe the third time. I think maybe I've seen it one time in between, but it's been a while. Definitely some things that I didn't remember or came up again, and I definitely went through a different range of emotions now than when I watched it before, because I was significantly younger. And I think, Nathaniel, you nailed it, where like you can watch it at different points in time, and I think it's going to mean different things to different people, and then it's going to mean different things to you at different points in your life. Like, if you're watching this, like Tyler was saying, if you're watching this and you're a teenager, you're kind of like, oh man, I really should just kind of keep pursuing what I want to pursue, that kind of thing. And then you're watching it, for me watching this time, and it's like every time I watch the Cubs, it's always thinking of it. That's why I went and played that rec league. It's like, man, I missed it so much. I still do. And so like missing all of that, and this movie definitely hit a chord there for me on this watch of like, man, just always wanted to play.
Remember there was that like like genre of meme that maybe went around maybe 5-10 years ago that was like one day your parents set you down for the last time and you didn't realize it, and during this I was like, one day you put the glove down for playing catch for the last time and you didn't, like, with your homies, and you didn't realize it, kind of thing. Definitely nostalgia, bittersweetness.
I like remember the last game I played. Well, besides the Rec League one, I remember that one too. But like, you remember those the last games of a season, the first games of a season. Like,
sure.
You remember those last at bats from like, man, this is my last at bat with this team or whatever it was.
When Ray Liotta's like, you ever grab a ball and just smell it, and you're just like, damn, bro, that
to your face. It's like, that's real. And then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I could smell it right now. I can smell the glove right now. Like, it'll never leave me. And anytime, you go dig out the mitt to throw or whatever it is, it never fails to rush back some memories. But anyway, this movie definitely got some different meaning out of this time, and definitely enjoyed watching it. Great time of year to put this on as the summer approaches and baseball season just kicks up again. I'm definitely recommend. I think we can, at this point, we've talked about enough non-spoilers. We can head into the spoiler section here. So if you've not seen, it sounds like we recommend all around. Correct? Anyone not recommend it? I don't think anyone did. Seems like everyone enjoyed their time, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have not seen Field of Dreams, don't want it spoiled for you, go ahead, check the episode description. I'll have the timestamp you can jump to. We'll be taking to the ranking portion of the episode where we rank the movie Up Upon our HP list.
Up Upon. Got some applause.
Nice. Do you have the seventh inning stretch available on your?
I do not, but I do have the. I have the people will come Ray
stretch. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have that whole speech just on here. People will come Ray.
Yeah, load that up. What a great monologue.
The memory's so thick they'll have to brush them away like cobwebs.
What does it say?
People will come, Ray.
For its money they have, in peace they
peace they want or desire or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just some
peace they have, I think.
Just goosebumps speeches.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh yeah, just let James Earl Jones say anything and I'm on board. But give him a rousing speech, and brother, I'm ready to pound a beer and salute.
Speaking of James Earl Jones, and this isn't not the place I thought we'd start the spoiler segment off at, but to bring it up, I'm not too familiar with Terrence Mann.
Not a real person. He's
not a real person.
No, I think it's like a.
Okay, that makes more sense.
It's like a J.D. Salinger or kind of amalgamation where was writing at the time. Ken Casey, the guy that wrote the electric Kool-Aid acid test and like the.
I see. So based on some figures, probably.
Yeah, like that countercultural writers of the '60s who then realized, like I think they talk about it, where like the people he agreed with became too extreme, and the people he didn't, or like whatever, then just kind of disappeared. And to his point, like he has so many great lines. Again, as I'm watching as I'm older, where he's like, I didn't want them to put that on me. Like people are always putting that shit on me, where they read my work and like, it affected their life, and I was just writing shit. Like, great character.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes me feel better. I was like, I don't like this. Feels like it's based on a real person. Maybe I should have looked into it more before. Asking that question on the podcast, but
nah, you're good.
Okay, good to know. But baseball, man, baseball
and like magic and like the weird, like it's a ghost story, but like, and like half the characters are ghosts, but you never really get any like scariness in there, and like the
kind of like about belief too.
And on this watch, I realized like he builds it over a year and never uses it, kind of thing. Overall, I thought that was really interesting. Like you're in the middle of bumfuck Iowa, you could get some local team to rent this thing, like for people to use it for recreation or whatever. But even like, I like the idea that like it's it's a weird oddity. It's just a random thing in a local town. We're like, oh yeah, that crazy guy did this strange thing and he built a baseball field and no one's using it. And because no one is using it, it's become this place where the past can collect. Like, a baseball field is going to generate the players it needs if no one is using it. And it may be these people with unfinished business that they've got to kind of work through. And I think that's it's
so poetic.
Yeah, it's a very romantic in the literary sense idea of America and Americana. Like even like there is something so American about it that it's not just pure nature that you're like redeeming for it. It's like already this thing that has been committed to the economy, that it's a farm. Sure. It's an economic pasture, but you're subverting that to create a thing of will and a thing of art and a thing of past time and of ritual. And I think there's something very deep in that. I'm ready to write an essay. Somebody write for me. Dude, somebody pay me.
We should collaborate. We should collaborate on a paper.
Because I really do think there is something there. I think it's very emblematic of the time. I think we've talked about it. I do think too, like if I had a criticism, and this is tying into what I was saying about if you were going to do a remake, the fact that there is no like Negro League mentioned or players brought up as well too is very emblematic. Like Jackie Robinson breaks the color barrier, and I think 44 or 47. The players in this that they're bringing up are like 1920s and that kind of stuff. But like they're talking about times when towns would pay people to play in the leagues, and like those level of teams were integrated, or like it was just like certain towns that would have segregated versions of it. Like if you're talking about unsung players, there's definitely room for a lot of those, and like unjustly, or like players with unfinished business. There's a lot of players that are arguably or would have been the best players in the world at that time that were forced to play in a completely different set of teams just because of idiot racism, you know. So I think, you know, if we were to talk about like a remake or something at that point, that would be something that I would want to see addressed and is kind of like missed in the version of the text that we have right now.
It'd be really funny to make that movie and then watch the reaction be, they made Field of Dreams woke.
Yeah, 100%.
Go watch the first one.
You know,
go watch the first one.
You know that would be the thing, but like
it would absolutely, yeah, they would be.
But that's like it is
woke, and it's like watch the first movie. The first one's already woke.
But I mean, it is history, right? Like that is part of baseball's history as well too, and like those guys.
Yeah, what does James Earl say? It marks the passage of time basically throughout our history. The game changes, or the big game changes, but this game remains the same and it's always there, that kind of thing.
So yeah, that was my thoughts kind of on this rewatch and what I was taking away from it in those moments as well too. That this is American magical realism. It is emblematic of what I think the American dream is in both its best and worst parts. Like it ignores certain parts of our history as well as celebrating things that I think are worth celebrating in the games and the emotions and the earnestness that comes with that.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I mean, I think one thing I'll kind of jump in here as I'm taking kind of a backseat on the review is that going in, I didn't really know you could write this as like a ghost story, and that was probably the most intriguing thing to it. Like I knew it involved baseball, and that's pretty much all I knew, but I didn't know it involved of like
a disembodied voice,
dead players, who would like come up and show up in the field. And it's just like, you know, I had no idea.
It's really weird.
It's a horror movie, actually. But this, so like, this is really, if you came at it from a horror perspective, like,
there's no, you're right, bro, and like there is a world right out there where like they do turn this into like an actual horror movie, right?
Maybe that's the sequel we make.
Yeah, Red Dead would be terrible. But that was the intriguing piece to me of like watching it and kind of just taking in the story, like chapter by chapter per se, or act by act. And I was like, oh, I didn't expect there to be dead people actually standing on baseball. But like they're not. It's 1989. Like they're not like it's not like gruesome or anything.
Yeah, no,
right?
it's
You know
a
what I mean?
it's a post Beetlejuice world as well too, where like they're even more kind of like removed from that, and like I think it's weird. It has this kind of weird 3-series structure too, where you have the field, then the Terrence Mann, then the Archie Manning or Archie Graham. Archie Manning, that's the Peyton Manning's kid, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Texas quarterback.
Archie Graham, like cycle as well too, and it all ties in at the end. Which again on the rewatch, the Moonlight Graham bit just hit hard for me, where him going out and getting to play again, and then coming back for the kid. Like him knowing what he has to do and crossing the line and stuff, just real good dramatic stuff.
Well, yeah, and they set it up well too, where he's like, the real tragedy would have been me not being a doctor.
Oh yeah,
or whatever. Yeah. And so it's like, you find out that he made the right decision in his real life because he left the game to do what he was meant to do. And even when he has the chance to make it up, he makes the same decision.
Yeah,
to leave the game,
and then to walk back in, and all the players are like, "You were good, man." Like the Ray Liotta was like,
the payoff.
You were good, kid. You were real good.
It's like that. It's such a good payoff for.
Which
it's so good.
Also brings into this is such a boy movie. Like it really is.
I was like every dude. I mean, I would dream to hear a pro
just
player
to have
that,
your heroes tell you
your
like
idols.
Yeah. You could have played with us, man. You were one of us, kind of thing.
That's all any guy wants to hear.
100%.
1,000% is you know what, you were good enough. You know what, it didn't work out, but there's a universe where it did.
Yeah.
And I could rest easy.
What ties into that is this heaven bit. Like, you get where dreams come true, right? Tyler, I'm talking a ton, man. Help me out here. I'm sure some bits are hitting here for you as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think like I said, the biggest thing for me is kind of like just the full-blown nostalgia that you can still get from this movie. I genuinely have like full-blown memories of like sitting down and watching this as a kid, even though I like baseball just never became my sport.
Sure.
This was definitely just one of those kind of like feel-good movies that like I said, kids should genuinely grow up on. There's just good values here, and I definitely appreciate the fact that not only is this a way that he gets to obviously see old past ball players, and like this is just kind of where he's going and what he's kind of like driven to do in a Noah's Ark kind of mentality.
It is very much that, isn't it? Hearing the voice. Yeah.
And
that's a good call, man, honestly.
and it's really cool that at the end of the day that not only is it for him to be able to kind of see these things, but it's also a way for him to reconnect with his dad who has passed, who he never got to figure out that was his dad was never like this prolific ball player at the end of the day. So he really realistically shouldn't have been on the field with those people. But it was cool to be able to have him there because that's the way that tied him into baseball, was he knew that his dad was such a big fan.
Yeah, and the getting the catch that he didn't have anymore.
100%.
And the
meeting the granddaughter,
as well. And like I thought it was really interesting at the start of the movie. He's like talking. I think it opens with him talking about kind of his dad's age and progression, and like his dad's quite old when he has the son, as it has Kevin Costner as his son as well too. So
yeah,
and then I think his mother dies within like 2 or 3 years of him being born. So it's just him and his very old dad. And it's that moment where you as an adult realize that your parents were people too who had dreams and goals and their own interior lives that you never experienced and can never experience, but maybe you would want to see them at a different point in their life and wonder what that might be like if you came across each other. It's just good stuff. It's good emotional catharsis to mine in some ways to dig into.
It definitely is. It really is. I mean, I'm sure, if I was a dad, I'd get a whole other meaning out of this too.
It's true.
And maybe I'll get that one day.
Yeah, it's cool that this can translate to like other sports too, right? You just get to be able to have this kind of, it's a value thing. It's kind of how I break it down. It's kind of what I said earlier. Like, you really should teach your kids to like go after their dreams and not to be held back or do something because society told them to, or that's the way you have to do things, or because everyone else is doing this. Like, this guy threw his whole life away and risked losing his farm and not being able to put a roof over his family's head to be able to just do this thing because he was just pushed to do it, and something just told him that he could, and he did. And to the point where even Adam's been there.
I came, man.
But yeah, it's got a lot of really cool solid values that you can pass down on to your kids. And like I said, it's any sport, I am now on the path of golf, and it would be really cool to be able to pass that down and be like, this is a timeless sport that you can play, and just kind of grow up with. And again, that's just me being in golf, but she could do fucking cheer or whatever the fuck she wants to do. So it's just cool to be able to have
baseball, softball,
baseball.
Ray Liotta has a ghostly quality about him, just in general. We need
so
to.
Cool, dude.
He is so cool.
Like, every time you're just like, damn, that's a cool motherfucker.
Yeah, he is.
Whatever happened to him? Did he, it seemed like he didn't have a massive career like the way you would think. Am I just not knowledgeable?
I think he was like your. Oh man, I'm trying to think of a comparison. Maybe like a Gyllenhaal in that area.
Okay.
Where it's like he's not the most famous, but like he's just doing solid work, and then eventually he just does everything though. Like the way that like De Niro and Pacino have just done everything afterwards as well too.
He's in Cocaine Bear.
That is one of his final roles, is Cocaine Bear. Yes,
he's a sleeper pick, dude, for sure.
But he's just got such a good face and that voice as well too, like where he just kind of like, you believe he's a guy that had all the talent in the world and might have like placed a bet and taken some money, but then also said, fuck you, I'm gonna play my ass off as well too. Like, you totally buy that as a character beat for that person. He's got a bit of that glint in his eye.
I'm trying to think what like my first Ray Liotta experience would have been.
The fits in this movie as well too. I gotta shout out as well. I think
dude, they gotta, the Red Sox the White Sox gotta bring back the SOX written in there.
Oh, within the S.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome.
I just think Kevin Costner's fits as well too. Yeah, Goodfellas is definitely the biggest. Kevin,
I agree with you, Ty. Go ahead, though. We got two combos going on. Whatever.
Yeah, sorry.
You're saying, Nathaniel.
I'm having two combos within myself. The Kevin Costner fits I wanted to shout out.
Sure.
I also wanted to shout out Amy Madigan in general, halting the spread of neo-fascism within the United
seems
States.
Awesome. That seems like, I don't remember it being in here, but it is a great scene and a very good distillation of like, wow, like times like these, like I didn't know I needed to see that.
Time is a flat circle. I mean? We've been dealing with this shit before as well too. Like
sure, but also she just distills the argument. Like it's just a very good illustration of like, hey, like book burning, as she refers to it as, doesn't always literally mean books. Like you're just having a problem of wanting to remove a book from a curriculum, like that's censorship in general, and it's that or the Bill of Rights, and it's no one between. It makes the comparison to Stalin, and everyone's like, well, yeah, she's got a point.
Yeah, like, oh shit, yeah, what happened. Okay.
yeah, it's like, yeah, no, I don't really want to raise my hand the way she phrased that. It's just like you said, time's a flat circle. We're somehow back there again. But
shout out James Earl Jones.
The phrase "peace, love, dope" lives rent free in my head, and his like phrasing of it, the "peace, love, dope," like it's just it will always be there at this point. Yeah, he's so good. I mean, I think everyone in this is really functioning, and it really does kind of hit that weird thing of like they don't make them like this anymore as well too, where like just everyone is a quality actor, and like you can tell they're not trying to make the biggest movie in the world either. It's just kind of like we're trying to make a story that gets you involved, that you're there and has earnestness and wears its heart on its sleeve. Yeah, I don't know.
Who's the brother-in-law?
Timothy Busfield.
That is, yeah. Who like serves his purpose and does a good job of his character, despite you not liking.
I mean, he's right.
He also comes around.
He's doing his job.
He's totally sane and valid for what he's saying. Like the people in this movie are insane. Until he sees it, he could never understand. But when these ball players get here, you believe it. What did you say?
So when these ball players get here.
Yeah, exactly. Once you buy in, he's all in. So
I mean,
he redeems himself, which is good.
In his point of view, he's just hanging out there while his family is staring at a blank baseball diamond.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
His niece starts choking, and a random old man appears and just like saves her life. And then he turns around, and all of a sudden, the baseball diamond is full of players as well too. So he's dealing with a lot. Needs probably a stiff drink to maybe work that one off. But
absolutely,
he's got to get functioning because people are showing up right after that as well too. Like it's the last 10 minutes of this movie happened so fast. like also the James Earl Jones exit into the corn.
And
the fact that he ends it with a laugh is probably my favorite choice out of the movie as well too.
It's just like, man, he's like, what a perfect
he's so tickled to be to be out there and experiencing it. Yeah, and that like he might be dying, but it is just like, well, we're gonna see what happens. And
what a great way to go, in the corn.
I don't know. I think for me, this occupies that same like 9 days-esque space. It's American magical realism. It's that.
I like that. Yeah, this viewing also, and this is harkening back to your conversation about how it ties into American history and American. What did you say? Americanism.
American capitalism, or I'm sorry, I've said a lot.
Americana, whatever
you
want to call it. And just how tightly the game of baseball really is kind of interwoven into the past 150 years of U.S. history. I mean, this game was kind of invented around the Civil War, or shortly thereafter, and it's been played ever since. And it really has marked the passage of time. And you can go through and kind of track American history and our development and where we are as a society, and it's reflected in the game of baseball. And there's something romantic about that for me personally, as someone who played and kind of just has the attachment to the game and everything. And it America hasn't been around all that long, relatively speaking, and this being kind of an American sport, and it being really the number one sport up until, I don't know, when that kind of the hype fall off a little bit in the last 2 decades.
Yeah, I'd say late,
like really up at
late
it's
80s,
always ebbed and flowed. It always does, but yeah,
late
I mean,
80s, early 90s.
or so.
Yeah, football really kind of comes to dominate.
Yeah, and it's stuck around, and it's back on the rise, and the game's gonna stay around for a long time from here. But I mean,
it's become even more international too. Like, I think there's is even more, like, it is so much more global game now as well too, than it ever was in the past 20, 30, 40 years on that side of things. Yeah. It's I was calling American magical realism. That's what we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Yeah. It's
it's definitely got some of that in there, man. I wish
everyone go play catch with your boys.
Around. Yeah, I'm gonna bring out my mitt on Friday, Nathaniel. I'll go back to my parents' house. Grab a couple baseball mitts. We can have a catch.
I think that's one thing I will jump in on, though. So despite me not having a baseball background, absolutely had baseball mitts at home, like growing up in the garage, and like would play catch with my dad, my brother. Just fascinating considering neither me or my brother played baseball growing up.
Dude, I got fucking rocked as a kid. It was like my first time putting a fucking glove on, and this is probably like one of the subconscious reasons why I just never fucked with baseball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And fucking just like missed the ball completely coming at me. It was relatively quick for probably what my age was.
Yeah.
Fucking rocked my nose, bloody nose everywhere. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah,
I
bro.
threw my shit. I'm like, fuck this game, dude. I'm like, I'm out.
For sure.
Yeah.
I remember I have a vivid memory of not something particularly similar to that, Tyler, but just like not playing baseball growing up and then like just casually playing catch.
Yeah.
Not realizing how hard a fucking baseball is. And like that's when it hit me. I was like, man, this would really hurt to get hit by like when people are batting.
Yeah.
It seemed like I didn't expect that when I was a kid, just throwing the baseball.
And like maybe I'm being hyperbolic, but like there is such it's playing catch with someone is like a fine thing, and like you're there, and like there is truly something magical about it. Like I believe that humans throwing things back and forth to each other is such a human thing to be able to do.
Sure.
And like there is a weird base level communication and like enjoyment in that, and it is genuinely cathartic. Like I'm sure there is some psychology about it that like we could communicate by just having a catch or something, but that skill gap between that and someone who's doing that on a professional level is also so huge as well too, that it's like it really is just such a wide basin or wide range. Basin's not the right word at all, but wide range in all of that, where like to your point, like you as an athletic person relative, to the average person, you're going to be twice as athletic as most everyone else. But like if you haven't done it since you're 7, there's a weird like fine motor skill gap in there that just isn't available in other things as well too.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, just like anything, I suppose. But yeah, this movie inspires a lot of emotions. I'm sorry,
That's
guys.
another thing I was thinking about in this movie too, about baseball and America intertwined. And you talk about the what do we call it? American magical realism. Magical realism. I don't know why that's just hard for me to remember right now. But baseball also has inherently built into it. It's a sport where so many different types of people can play it, and body types and levels of athleticism kind of builds, and you're
playing on a team
skills to the game,
but it's a selfish sport. Like
sure,
you are individually stat tracked as well too. There's all these weird tensions in there.
Just more so like anyone can play it too, and if you want to tie it to America, it's the American dream, which lives or dies. But the American dream and you can chase that kind of thing is just these players are chasing baseball and their chance and to play in the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the definitely brought out some of that in this movie on this watch for me of like, it is such a game that is reflective of that. And then just made me appreciate another part about baseball. Cause other sports, basketball, you got to be tall, football got to be big or fast or whatever it is. But like baseball, you do have such a wide breadth of athletic people who can play the sport and succeed,
which is reflected in the Archie character, where they are right. Like he gets that chance of like to finally do his dream and play with his heroes. And it is that you were a good kid. You could have been here. You could have been with us. But at the same time, that level of, well, he was really meant to be doing something else. And that was ultimately the right place for him as well too. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that is tied in with it. I think that is part of the baseball American system in some ways, that so much of it is chance as well too. And just like any sports, but it maybe baseball's a bit more honest about it in that sense.
Yeah. Nathaniel, how do you alluded to it earlier? I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the quality of baseball being played and how it looks in this movie? Because we've talked about that before in previous sports movies of like how the actual playing of the sport looks. I think with Challengers, we talked about tennis a little bit. This one, it's like I go back and forth because the movie itself was made in a different era of baseball in and of itself, and then on top of that they're trying to imitate an even older era of baseball, so it's like a mix of, they kind of get away with some of it of like, well, maybe that doesn't look the most athletic, but it looks closer to how old film of that era of baseball was played and how that looks kind of, so it's interesting.
There's definitely some Hollywood magic here where like you'll see a swing here, cut to someone reacting in the field, and in the meantime you have the crack of the bat as an edit point between the two of them or something, and then the ball's going out to field. I will say that I feel like everyone that they like kind of depict showing throwing a ball looks like they've thrown a ball before, grown up throwing a ball and playing catch and that kind of thing.
Right.
I think Ray Liotta is the one that you probably see swing the most. And his is, I think, to your point, like a natural enough swing, but kind of feels like an old timey 1920s swing where they're like, yeah, just swing and hit the ball. Right. Where like nowadays they have all of the biomechanics built down to a T, and it's so violent and twisting and beautiful, and there's so much tension to it and stuff, and like this is very much that kind of like see ball, hit ball, swing, make contact, drive it style of hitting that I think it all fits together. And I think it's a pretty decent thing. I think it's on review, it's like wild that the first time they see each other and he's just like, yeah, I'm going to go hit balls to you out in the outfield. And he like only fouls off one of them. Basically, I was like, it would take me 5 to 10 swings to get warmed up to be able to hit a ball to the outfield as well too, with any sort of consistency. And then like, he's like, hey, can you pitch? And he's like, yeah, I'll be fine. He's like throwing it near the zone with no L screen as well too and stuff. I was just like,
no
this
glove,
is
even
wild.
To defend yourself from coming.
Or even for the weight to like, I need to either like hold a couple balls or have a glove in my hand to like have the proper weight of like
balance myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't with nothing in my left hand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, those are the bits where I like kind of brush up against it, but it is definitely for the most part very passable as a realistic baseball film, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree. All right. Well, I don't know if we have any other big talking points here, but we are running pretty long on time, so I'm going to transition us out of spoilers here as long as no one else has anything to say. Nathaniel is getting up, I'm assuming, to go to the bathroom or grab a drink, and I think that means he's cool with us moving out of spoilers here. So we're going to go ahead and welcome back our listeners who skipped over to spoilers. And now we're going to put Field of Dreams up upon our Entropy list. For those of you who do not know, the Entropy list is Back Row Banter's official list of all the movies we have reviewed, regardless, or all on one list, regardless. Wow, I really messed this one up. All the movies we have reviewed ranked on a list compared to one another, regardless of genre, regardless of anything else. It's how we rate our movies rather than do it at 5 stars out of 10, whatever it is. We throw up all the movies we review on a list and see how they compare to one another. If you want to reference the entropy list for yourself, you can do so by checking the episode description, where it is linked to my Letterboxd. It's also linked to the tier list, because now this list is in tiers. So once it's ranked, it is automatically sorted into one of 7 tiers. All right, let me pull this up real quick. I think this one's going to get a pretty wide spread. Blake, Tyler, either of you guys have an idea of where you want to put it?
Do you?
Not yet.
I think I'm looking like B, C tier. Right. And to give you guys kind of a more indicator of that, so C tier starts at Gladiator 2 at 167. Your low B tier, I would say, is probably like your 144 Kingdom, Planet of the Apes or so. I think I'm kind of somewhere in there. But like I said, I don't have the nostalgia glasses, right, watching it. So I would anticipate everyone else here is higher than me.
No, I think that's still pretty fair regardless. Like, I don't think that's... I think me and Nathaniel will definitely be a little bit higher at least, and then Tyler probably, but which I'm, not surprised by. But I still think that's a pretty fair spot to place it. Nathaniel, he's at 144.
Okay.
So below Doctor Strange and above Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes in the C. Is that B tier? B tier.
Yeah, I was kind of painting a picture of where I was at. I didn't definitively say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No worries. But I do think I to your point, I'm in that. I'm in that ballpark.
You're in that range. Okay. My apologies.
But if someone else wants to go first, I'll wait. Otherwise, I'll just let it rip.
Go ahead, let it rip.
Yeah, go for it, man.
All right. I think I'm gonna go. And this is actually powerful because I do like The Strangers a lot. And I actually do like Prey a lot. But I don't really care for Maxine. That's one that I think that's kind of got like lost in the shuffle, per se, where I think that's actually the worst in that trilogy of the Ty West Mia Goth trilogy. And ironically, it's like the highest rated on our entry list.
That's fair.
So, and this kind of having the cultural relevance, and even though I don't have the nostalgia glasses, I think I'm going to do it a service, and I will put it above Maxine and below the Monkey. So I'm going to go 156.
Okay. 156.
I think I know where I want to go. I'm going to be slightly higher. There's a lot of like movies that still have a ton of nostalgia kind of in this area for me. So I think I'm going to go with one that's a little bit higher from a nostalgia point, just a little bit more of like a quote unquote like adult movie. Now that we don't have like I think this has really strong kid ties and kid and adult themes, so I think you can kind of look at it either way. And obviously it's one of those movies that's like been able to like grow with us. Like I got to witness this as a kid, and then I've also gotten to feel it as an adult, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be right below Blade. I'm gonna be at 124, so below Blade and above Frozen 2.
I'll take that because you love Blade.
Yeah, Blade's sick, dude.
And Frozen. So honestly,
I'm a little
I'm happy
Frozen 2 is still. I mean, they're so neck and neck. Frozen 2's soundtrack has just grown on me like fucking crazy.
Sure.
80s power ballads about being lost in the wood and love, dude's fucking sick, dude.
Sick, bro. I've got thoughts.
All right. What are your thoughts?
I think I'm going to go at 100. Actually, no. I'm
100.
gonna be at 99. I'm gonna be below Top Gun Maverick, above Glass Onion.
Now that is the A and B tier break. Are you putting it in the A tier or the B tier?
A tier.
He's going
okay.
A.
Okay. So you want it to be the last entry into the A tier.
What you say?
Okay. Not saying it any type of way, just stating a fact.
Yeah, I think that's where I am. I think there's a couple in there that I feel like are in this kind of same realm in terms of nostalgia, with like your Gladiators, your Knight's Tales, your Tron Legacies, all kind of right there. With other ones that I think are like newer to us, or like, more recent. Howl's Moving Castle, Inside Out 2, Pig, Red Lines, Scott Pilgrim. All those ones, across the pod have been kind of some fresher picks in that sort of thing. I think this one, as we've kind of definitely talked about, definitely hits nostalgia area, but I do think it is representative of a distinct American like style of filmmaking and vision. So I think it is like that, like it's still its own thing, and it's for its time, it was like a new vision and idea and overall, so it is distinctive in that way. And I think in some ways it's still like a weird kind of time capsule for that. So yeah, I just really think it's distinctive and singular at this point. Between 99 and 100 in the A tier is my choice.
Okay. Well, wait, did you put it at 99 or 98?
I'm sorry, I put it at 99, below Top Gun Maverick, above Glass Onion.
Okay. There's a few spots I could put this in. I mean, I really want to slide this in the A tier, but there's some high B movies where I'm like, I don't know if I want to put this above it. But when I look at the movies, I mean, there is a little bit of a gap for me where I think I kind of like this spot of 108, below Mickey 17 and above Good Will Hunting. The high B tier. I don't have a super good justification for it. It's kind of just where I'm feeling in terms of like, I like this movie more than this, then I can kind of stop there. I really do like Mickey 17. And I think this is really good. But there's just some movies above it that I'm like, oh, I can't really do that to it. But all that then added up and divided out gives us an average ranking/rating of 121.75, which means we are going to have to put that at 122, below Nightmare Alley and above 28 Weeks Later.
That's fair. That's fair for the cultural impact of this.
Yeah. I would agree. Well, that's going to be it for our review here of Field of Dreams. Our next review next week will be of a new movie. It's going to be of Lee Cronin's The Mummy. That is new in theaters this weekend.
I'm excited.
Weekend of our recording.
Yeah, dude, me too, man. Like low key, I've heard some pretty good things about it too. So I think it'll be good.
I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to go in blind and have a good time.
Hell yeah. As the Lord intended.
Exactly. Great. So check out Lee Cronin's The Mummy and then join us for our review next week. Do we have any quick what we're watching, fellas, that you guys want to get off your chest?
Ooh.
Anything you guys have been checking out?
Well, I know they're not the same, but for whatever reason, I just saw like an ad. I didn't even see a trailer for The Mummy, but you guys obviously saw my snap. I just I had to watch, or maybe it was on Instagram. I could have sworn I sent it to you guys, but I just had to watch OG Mummy.
Sure.
Brendan Fraser. And so I got to that, and then actually today, because between the time I stopped working and the time we had the podcast, Leah hasn't been home. So I was like, well, I may as well. I mean, The Mummy Returns is phenomenal. So
who
doesn't want to watch that? So I watched The Mummy Returns earlier this afternoon, which has been pretty good. Other than that, we did DTF St. Louis, which is an HBO show. That had a pretty interesting conclusion.
I watched an episode of
episode
2 of that show. I was intrigued.
Yeah, it's very interesting. But definitely go watch it. It's
one of those.
It's a good little show.
Okay.
The Pit is getting ready to wrap up here pretty soon. We've been keeping up with that. That's been pretty good. Oh, and then I watched a total shit Netflix movie. It's called Thrash. It's basically Crawl but with sharks. It just came out.
Awesome.
It is not anywhere close to as good. It's almost like in the opposite direction of like they're trying to be too serious, and because I'm jaded as fuck with movies like that, it's fucking hilarious. So yeah, there's just like those clear things that happen. You're like, that wouldn't happen. That's stupid. Why would you do that kind of deal?
Yeah.
So, but it is it's quite funny. So if you got time to go watch that, please, by all means. If you have nothing else to watch Thrash on Netflix. It's terribly good.
I saw the movie Game Night that they recently brought back onto HBO Max, I want to say, which is one I've been hearing about.
First watch.
Yeah, it is my first watch.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, so one I've been hearing about for a while now.
Oh, that's one I wish we would have got on a pod first watch.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Enjoyed it. Yeah. Enjoyed it a lot. Kind of what I expected, but I mean, just because of what so many people had talked about it in the past and that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly.
I think it came out in did it come out in 2016 or a little bit after that?
Somewhere. Pretty close to it. Yeah. So there's some bits
I have not seen it. So
there's definitely there's definitely some bits that have aged. Like the jokes have aged. Like you're just like, oh, that's a very 2018 reference or joke and that kind of thing, and like that's how people used to act and that kind of thing, and that's interesting and fun. Jesse Plemons, just incredible.
Incredible.
Absolute top notch. I don't know how they got an actor of his caliber into that role and to just fully
don't care. It was awesome. I mean, think about it though. At the time, 2018, it was kind of on his rise. Like,
absolutely,
that Black Mirror,
absolutely.
I should say his.
Bateman in there.
I should say his
Rachel
second
McAdams,
rise.
Those are huge names.
Yeah.
No, I don't
for that kind of character.
I guess I'm not saying that he's like too good for it or anything like that, but I guess like I'm interested as to like what they pitched him because he seems to choose so much.
They probably pitched him exactly what it was. They're like, we need to be as honest as possible, and he'll take this.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, 100%. But the how could that be possible for Frito-Lay? It's just
it's
an absolute chef kiss of a line.
All the time.
Yeah.
How could that possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay?
Yeah. Fun movie, definitely worth a watch.
We can save it because I haven't seen it.
Enjoy the fact that it's on the it's out there streamable at this point. Other than that, been watching Scrubs, lots and lots of Scrubs.
Nice. So. Is Backdraft on the short list?
Yeah, I think so.
Backdraft.
That's I got that
don't
one.
Don't fucking say it like that, dude. You fucking ruined it for me. The fuck?
Backdraft should be on the list.
Backdraft.
I bought it. Like that was one of the ones that I got in that recent like buy 3 DVD deals or whatever.
Oh, from Half Price books or whatever.
No. When like earlier in the year, like I sent the photo.
4K one.
Yeah.
Nice. Backdraft is now on the short list.
All right, good.
It wasn't.
No.
Yeah, I could have sworn.
My God. Is Tombstone on there?
Tombstone?
This is an alternative episode that you and I had, Tyler, because I swear I remember all of these.
Dude, I thought stop saying it like that. I have a an old set of irons that I don't need anymore, so I am not afraid to break some graphite shafts over your bag. This is for ruining my childhood.
Jeez, Ty, stop.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Yeah, it's so good.
Well, that was all I've been watching.
All right.
Blake, you were getting ready to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I brought it up a little bit when we mentioned Ray Liotta. The only thing I caught was Goodfellas. That was the last week.
Nice,
great movie.
Yeah, flying out to Seattle. So yeah, it was long movie. So I was scrolling through things on the plan. I was like, what do I want to watch? And I saw it, and honestly, I was between that and Casino, which is another Scorsese film, and I didn't know which one to put on. But I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna do Goodfellas first. And another film that I've essentially seen through cultural like osmosis, right? There's so many scenes and memes that I've seen, but I didn't realize they were from Goodfellas. Like the Ray Liotta character, like laughing at the bar, like hysterically laughing. Had no idea it was from Goodfellas, but I've seen that meme numerous times. But yeah, awesome film. Want to deep dive Casino next, and then Gangs of New York. I think I'm just gonna try to go on a Scorsese kick here.
Sure.
Because really the only ones I consciously recall watching were like back by the time where I'm a teenager, and that's I think Wolf of Wall Street, because that's like 2011, 2010 or something like that. Where like that I could actually see in theater in real time. Everything else before that was kind of just before my years. So yeah, that was awesome. Joe Pesci in that is phenomenal. Robert De Niro's phenomenal. And yeah, so I'm on a Scorsese kick right now. So yeah, that's all I've seen. Actually, no, I'm lying. So that's the one thing. One thing I did see, and I don't think anyone's seen this, but I did watch a film called Daybreakers. Has anybody seen that? Does anyone know what that is?
Yeah, Ethan Hawke, Sam Neill, Daybreakers.
Yes,
Daybreakers.
Daybreakers. So
this has been Back Row Banter. Fuck off, and I guess this is the episode where I retire.
Like I watched that on Tubi the other day.
Hell
like,
yeah,
just scrolling
you did.
through shit to find, and I was like, like they haven't seen it. The cast is like stacked, and I was like, and it's like vampires from like the 2000s.
Yeah. The most 3.5-star movie of all time.
I've never seen it, brother.
Oh,
haven't even heard of it. And then I put it on, and as I'm watching it, dude, for sure. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, how the fuck have I never seen this movie?
Yeah, it's up your alley, man. Like,
dude, yeah, this is like full blown like Blade level-esque like era of like that kind of same CGI action kind of deal.
For sure, bro.
Yeah,
for sure. This is what I wanted to tell the boys. I was positive at least Nathaniel or Tyler would have seen it. But
for
yeah,
sure.
Totally cool. Funny enough, it takes place in 2019.
Yeah.
And it's from like 2004. So just
2009.
Yeah.
It's 2009. Okay, so it's 10 years in the future.
It came out the year I graduated. That's crazy.
It's the
it's nuts.
It's the perfect era of like I had just gotten I just had my license and I had access to a car. So it was in that perfect sweet spot of like any movie I could see and have any reason to, I did because you could get out of the house kind of thing. So absolutely I saw Daybreakers at that time.
I probably caught this in theaters, dude.
I did 100%.
Yeah. One that just
Dafoe, dude.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe for sure. Just completely slipped through the cracks.
Yeah.
No idea, dude. And it's scrolling through Tubi. I was like, holy shit. And pleasant surprise, man. See, I wanted to chat with the fellas about that. So that was a really cool first viewing for somebody.
Yeah, because
is it that they're person? I've never even knew it existed.
Is it that they're running out of blood, or that there's like another virus kind of thing?
Vampires now essentially like run the world, and humans are dwindling, so the vampire food supply is dwindling.
Which is their blood. Okay, yeah. I remember it was like a shortage kind of thing. Yeah. Which is essentially what True Blood is as well too, which is just the fact that True Blood is the fake blood that vampires can use to drink not humans. Yeah, it's
dude,
fun one.
So cool, man. But yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. But yeah, those are kind of the two big ticket things I've watched, and then just basketball. Adam, I believe you're last.
Mostly Cubs baseball, a couple episodes of AOT, an episode of JJK. Trying to mix some things in there, here and there.
Man, if
I do something on. No, me and my roommate didn't get an episode of Kaiju this week. He's an accountant, right, so this week has been
this
not
would
fun.
Would be the time for him.
Yeah.
Oh, what's he gonna do? Count some numbers?
Yeah, that's why I keep saying to him. I'm like, how long could this take?
1 + 2.
Yes, we ran a couple episodes of AOT instead of Kaiju.
We've literally had mini handheld computers to do numbers for us since before phones were around. So like,
is this not what those big data centers are that I'm paying for in my taxes?
I thought ChatGPT can handle all this.
Yeah.
When is my roommate gonna lose his job already? I mean,
yeah.
Don't people do their own taxes on TurboTax? Isn't that better?
Oh, they gotta pay. They gotta pay for it now, thanks to.
Oh yeah, sweet. Anyway, yeah. So nothing out of the ordinary this past week.
Gosh, dude, we bring bangers for you, and you bring us that.
Man, when the Cubs are playing and playing well, that's all I'm watching.
I guess
a lot of baseball, and just a lot of baseball in general. Honestly, I've been
early part of the season, just getting the magic in.
The MLB season pass, so I'm just
the past weekend too.
Oh, I watched a little bit of that as well. Yeah, I watched a little bit of that.
Rory, good for him, man.
I watched that whole thing.
Yeah,
I honestly could have done without a Rory win.
Same.
Oh no, I'm into it. I like the fact that he goes back to back.
Same.
Just kind of shuts up everyone who gave him shit all those years as well too.
I didn't give him shit all those years. He just, because of all those years where he just choked every single time that he had the opportunity to, I was just like, whatever, dude. I'm like, I'm stop getting my hopes up for you because you just throw it away every time you get the chance. So I'm like, the first time I was happy for him, it was emotional, it was great. But the second time I was like, well, I don't really care.
I forget to mention that the UFC over the weekend, the 205 belt changed hands, and the guy that won on one leg because he tore his ACL in the middle of it, and the guy came in and he still cracked him with a left hook and managed to win as well too. So super impressive win on that guy's part. Real dreams are made of shit. But yeah, now he's going to be on the shelf for probably 9 months because something popped. Even though he still won. So, yeah, shout out Carlos Ulberg, the New Zealand new 205 pound champ.
Oh, dude, cool. When was the last time a New Zealander held the belt?
Yeah. I think it was Izzy, technically. He was a natural
dude, he's a fucking beast, dude.
Kiwi.
Fucking style bender.
Yeah. So,
what a sick fucking name, dude.
It's true. Carlos Ulberg, nicknamed Black Jag.
Whoa.
Whoa. All right. We're running pretty long on time here.
Sorry, gang.
Move us out. Yeah, no worries. But thank you all for listening, especially if you've made it this far into the episode. You're a favorite type listener. We really do appreciate it. We have another review coming for you next week. That's Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Before that happens, before you go and listen to that episode, make sure you do us a favor and share the podcast with a friend, family member, fellow movie lover, or maybe a baseball player, ghost, person.
Your father.
I mean, who knows what they're doing in the corn in between games, but they got to be bored. They could put on a podcast. While you're doing that, follow us on Twitter at Banter Row, YouTube Back Row Banter, and email is backrowbanterpod@gmail.com. I'm going to leave personal plugs for listeners to check out themselves in the description. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you next week. We'll be RB.
America. Ready for another lesson.
So I can remember being like 6 and my cousin was playing college ball at the University of Arizona. So we would go down like every weekend, basically, whenever they were having a game and go and see it and stuff. And I can remember in real time, one time we went down there and like we went, watched the game. You know, everyone kind of did the thing. And at that point, you almost have like a ritual. You know what happens at the end of the game. And then like we would go somewhere and eat and go. So like I started like getting my stuff together and they were like, my family was like, well, what if there was another game? And I was like, what? Another game? And, like, I got to experience a doubleheader as a plot twist in real time. And
Yeah,
they're
that's
like,
funny.
we're gonna stay for another one. They're gonna play another one. I was like, they can't do that.
That doesn't happen. No way.
Yeah.
What in darnation?
Yeah. And I remember as well too, because the second game was like a night game, but it must have been early in the season because it ended up being cold in like Arizona, where I had like I had a hoodie or something as well too, and I was just like, this is the craziest thing I've ever experienced. It's 2 games of baseball and the second one's freezing. What is happening?